Hi guys, this is Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. It is my top 5 anticipated releases for the autumn. Now guys, autumn is going to be a great month for me. It's going to be a great season because Thomas starts full-time school. Yes! I'm free, so I will have more time to read. But why is it? It's the season that within about a month or so, I have five books that I have to get new release. So my bank balance is not going to like me very much, and neither will Chris at this rate. But anyway guys, I want to get down to it and tell you about the fantastic books that I can't wait to be released, reading basically. Now the first one is The Organised Mum Method. This isn't my usual kind of book. It's not a chick lit book, it's not even a historical fiction book, it's a practical book. It is basically about transforming your home in 30 days, 30 minutes a day. Yes, you can hear Thomas in the background again. Basically, I've been following the Organised Mum Method for about a year. It is a method where I can keep my house in tidy. I'll do 30 minutes of scheduled tidying plus sort of some day-to-day route. This lovely lady is all over Instagram. She's on Facebook and she's a fantastic lady. Gemma Bray, God, I owe you so much. I now can do tidying, I can do my reading, I can do this, I can do that, and I am organised. For someone like me who has OCD, who has her routines, who likes structure, this method has completely transformed my life. So to read it in a book is going to be amazing. This book comes out on September the 5th. You can order it on Amazon, you can pre-order it on Waterstones. I don't know whether I'll pre-order it or whether I will go to the shops that day and buy it because I am so desperate to read it. By the way, she's also got an app that would have been released by this time you see this video, which I can't wait to get. Yes, more money. Yes, Chris is going to be annoyed, but God, it will keep me calmer and it's brilliant. So guys, check this book out. Buy it. It's going to be great. She's recommending it everywhere. She's all over Waterstones. She's brilliant. Check her out on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. Check her on Instagram mainly, I think that's the best way. And also you can check out her method on those ways. And tell her that I said hello because I think she's brilliant. So yeah, that's the first book that I can't wait to read and I can't wait to get. God, I'm going to be obsessed with this lady, poor Gemma. She's brilliant. The next one is Silka Story, and this is by Heather Morris. This is basically the follow-up to, this is another book alongside The Prisoner of Auschwitz. This Silka, she basically is a female prisoner who was in Auschwitz. Now we hear her briefly mentioned in The Prisoner of Auschwitz because she turns out to be sort of like the slave, sort of sex slave almost, of one of the prisoner guards. And in this book we hear her story. But we don't just hear her story in Auschwitz and hear about how she survived that basically. You hear about what happens afterwards. And from what I've read in on the Waterstones book site about this book, you're hearing so much about her journey. She goes through more traumas yet again. And I think it's good to hear like a female's perspective of what happened in there because yes, she was alive and yes, she was kept alive, but she went through so much and I really felt for her. And I love the way Heather Morris writes. I like reading about Auschwitz. Yes, that makes me probably sound a bit bad, but to me, I think it's historical fiction at its best because we're learning about the traumas and it reminds us that if other people are surviving so much worse than traumas we face nowadays. So I really can't wait to get this book. This comes out on October the 1st. It's going to be hardback. Another one that we'll probably pre-order. But I really look forward to it. And I think that I've spoken to a few people on here that have actually heard about this book and liked The Prisoner of Auschwitz. Yes, this is going to be hard-hitting. Yes, it's going to be... I'm guessing it's going to have quite a lot of trigger warnings in it. But to me, I think it's a story worth hearing. So it's kind of a completely different book to the first one I've talked about. But it's still one I'm really desperate to get. So yes, another hardback book. So not going to be cheap, but it's going to be good. And I can't wait to... If any of you get this and want to buddy read it with me, please let me know in the comments below. Because I can't wait to read it. And it will be one that will be read very, very quickly after buying it. Now the next one's very different because it's completely the opposite. It's a chick lit kind of contemporary fiction. I really hate using the word chick lit these days. But it's Postscript by Cecelia Ahern. It's the follow-up to P.S. I Love You. Now you guys know I love Cecelia Ahern's books and I'm reading them again at the moment and I'm loving them. I think I'm going to be nagging Vicky to read P.S. I Love You again because I borrowed it from her originally. But this is the follow-up. This is told 7 years since he died, 6 years since he read the last letter. And it's basically, she's moved on, but recent events have made her unsettled. Now, P.S. I Love You is quite a legendary book. It was one that was made into a film that a lot of people watched. I actually don't think I have seen the film, so maybe before I get this, I will watch the film. Now, P.S. I Love You was really traumatic, obviously, because this guy dies and she has to like relive, she has to live after. I couldn't imagine life if anything happened to Chris, and to me, living after that would be quite traumatic. So I think, to me, yes, it's going to be an emotional book, but it's going to be a good one. And I can't believe she's writing a follow-up to this. When I heard about this, I was like, wow, like, that book was amazing. Can you follow on from such a legendary and amazing book? A book that so many people know about. Cecilia Ahern is so much been really made alive by this book. I think it was one that really sort of shook her, made people take notice of her even more than ever. I loved Raw, so to me, another book from her coming out so soon after that is going to be brilliant. I can't wait to pick it up. Yes, it's going to be one that I will be getting very soon. And it's another one that's out in September the 19th. So guys, check it out on Amazon, check it out on Waterstones. Get it, it looks absolutely friggin' amazing and I can't wait. Now, I've got another one that's different. I told you I like variety on my channel. This is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, The Festive Diaries by Adam Kay. Now, you guys know how much I loved Adam Kay, but this is going to hurt. You guys know that that is one of probably my all-time favourite books of the year. So when I saw on Twitter that he was putting out another book, I was like, yep, gonna get it. And Adam Kay's such a nice guy, by the way. He's commented on tweets of mine, like he is such a nice guy, not such a nice author. And to think that someone that has turned his life around, someone that is writing about his time when he was a doctor, and yet writing it in such a way that he brings light and darkness in such a great mix. I love that. And it's going to put sort of Christmas in a bit of a mix. Now, you guys know, I don't know if any of you know, but Christmas to me has been a bit of a interesting time, because to me it was the time when I was actually in hospital. My car accident, me, I say I was actually, my car accident happened on the 22nd of December. So to me, Christmas time, being in the wards, it would be nice to hear sort of like sides from the other side of the stories, and about what it was like what it's like for medics and people that are in the industry, and not industry, I don't think that's an industry, but you know, people that work in the NHS at a time when people should be celebrating, and Christmas, I guess, probably isn't a celebrating time for the people on the wards. I know for a fact that, considering it was my 18th year, I was 18 that year, and I should have been celebrating in a completely different way. I barely remember Christmas that year, but I do remember the New Year. I was actually in St George's at the time, and New Year, and I thought, well, so many of us dream about being in London at New Year's. My 18th year, I was in the hospital looking at the fireworks out of the window and going, I wish I was out there. So that's why probably personally for me, this is going to be an even more important book to read. This comes out on October the 17th, so just after Charlie's birthday. Not that I'm giving any hints about her birthday. But yeah, so that will be one that I will be getting, and it will be one that I will be reading and really putting things into perspective for me. Now, the last book is a really happy book. Now, I don't know how many of you have read about Sophie Anderson's book. Now, her book, The House with Chicken Legs, is one of my another favourite book of the book. I think it was one I probably read last year now, actually. But she's got her next release out, The Girl Who Speaks Bear. Yay! Can't wait. Charlie's pre-ordered it, but hell surprise. But yes, I'm going to be getting it, and it is out on September the 5th. The House with Chicken Legs is probably one of the all-time best books around. It is such a magical book. I loved it. I can't speak highly of it. And if I've loved that, I have been waiting for this as soon as I heard it was out. It is on my Goodreads as one of my first probably want to read books on my Goodreads account. But I can't wait. This is about Yanka, who was abandoned in a bear cave as a child, as an infant basically. And this is her story. And this is brilliant. It interweaves traditional stories of bears, princesses and dragons. What more magical bit can you see? It is going to be absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to get this out. She mixes magical realism in so well into stories, and the way she interlinks things is just, she interlinks, like, to me, things that are really important. You learn from her books, you learn so much, and to me it's brilliant. One of her characters in The House of Chicken Legs, Baba Yaga, is probably one of my all-time favourite characters of literally ever. If you've seen my question and answers DVD, you know that Baba Yaga is so important to me because she taught me a lot. And even at the age of 40, I think I still learn. And to learn like middle grade children's books, it is going from her. Sophie Anderson's amazing. She's such a new author, but she's brilliant. Anytime she has a book out, I am going to read it and I'm going to buy it. So yes, this is the last one on my list that I'm going to be getting. September the 5th, I'm going to be running to town. I think that is either the day my kids start school or the day after, the day before. Either which way, I know that I'm going to be going to town and getting two of the first 2 books on it. Anyway, guys, is there any of those books that you want to read with me? Buddy read? Is there any of the books that interest you? Have you got any questions about these books? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, I love filming this. This is like an original Emily kind of video where I'm all excited and happy about books. But guys, if you like this book, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed to me, ring on the ding-a-ling. Yes, as always, Thomas is saying hello, and how's Mia? They will be back at school in September, so the videos won't have these guys in it. Enjoy, guys. Take care. Bye.